thought we'd do it on the avenue.
Waas, Sappening.
Welcome back for part 2, and I don't care how much you guys shake your head. I was having a good time right there bullshitting with little Chris. So again, people, welcome back to part 2 with Adam, Abomb. I'm Tim. Got Michael.
What's up? What's up?
Jeffrey.
What's crapping?
An average baseball player, George.
Average.
Our unpaid interns.
What are you talking about? Órale.
And we got a new, we found Mike Baca in the alley right here. What's up, Mike?
What's up, man? Welcome to the podcast.
What's up? What's up?
Hell yeah.
He's Adam's road dog.
Me and Mike, we go way back, bro. We go
Yeah.
way back, man. I used to draw pictures of him and I skating back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Ice skating.
Ice skating. Skateboarding, bro. Thrasher.
Metro
Thrasher,
Center.
bro.
Remember at Metro Center, the ice skating?
Blades of Fury.
Now, Michael and I go back from Isaac Junior High wrestling, football, Carl Hayden. Man, everybody hated on Carl Hayden football, but when we played on the freshman year, we were undefeated, bro.
Oh yeah,
we were undefeated. Nobody whooped our asses. We were bad. I was a cornerback. I played cornerback, bro. Michael was the bull, fullback.
Who'd you guys play? The School of Death?
Yeah.
Bro, dude,
Jerry's kids.
Everybody, no, bro. Hey, we beat everybody. Saguaro, everybody. We're
Couldn't get
bad,
beat.
bro.
Hey, wasn't that crazy? I'm sorry to stop it real quick, but wasn't that crazy? Freshman year, and I remember I played my freshman year too, and a lot of cats did too. We beat all kinds of shit on Carl Hayden, beat all kinds of schools.
Yeah, bro.
But once you got to junior and sophomore,
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I interject here?
That's because the neighborhood kicked in, fool. So all the pinche cagapalos went out the...
Hey, because we were fresh out of high school, or fresh out of junior high. We didn't know what the female body was until junior year.
You guys were fresh out of Adobe and Shape, and then
that's
fucking...
right.
No, you know what?
He's right.
I was gonna
That's what
say.
happens.
I ain't dogging on Carl Hayden, but did they have like the longest national losing streak
Nope.
in high school history?
We
like
did,
50
but-
games in a row they lost
For
We did,
what?
But we did.
for football.
But our
varsity football.
our kicker kicked the winning field goal. Remember, he played.
Joe
He played soccer with us.
Joe Aki.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah, that's right.
but they had spare parts to
And it was like a-
make up for it.
A 52-yarder or something.
It was like a 48-yard field goal with no time left on the clock,
And it was homecoming.
and it was homecoming.
So 0-51. Oh, they broke it.
We broke it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Again,
In our
I ain't
during our
dogging. I ain't dogging.
generation.
I'm
And
just
the next
saying.
thing you know, George Lopez is a teacher at Carl Hayden. Boom.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Then the spare parts came up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Speaking of spare parts,
What's up?
we got Abomb here.
Yeah, we'll talk about the spare parts I
He's
got in
got
my left
spare
eye. Bro.
parts.
I got spare parts, bro.
That's why I went there.
Yeah.
So in 96, 97, you had a horrible accident, right?
Yeah, because I had, like I told you guys in the last episode, I had stopped doing music. I stopped doing art to be there for my family and just try to make a man out of myself. I grew up in a real religious home, and my parents were like kind of, oh, you need to get a job.
I
you need to
dig
do
that,
this,
though.
Yeah,
and that's
nothing
what it
wrong
was.
with
That's
that.
what gave me my structure. My mom worked for the church for 30 years. You know what I mean? It's just she's always been my inspiration in life. You know what I mean? My dad and I, we butt heads like fathers do with their kids,
Sure.
their sons. But it was just something that I had to go through, like I said, and so I wanted to make a man out of myself, and I wanted to raise my child and be there for him and be a good parent. Like my parents are still together right to this day. So, I wanted that for my child. And, my ex and I, we parted ways, but I did have that experience to be there with my son. But it was when I went to go work that I just, shut everything down. I was like, man, I'm not doing no more music. I'm not doing no more art. I'm just going to focus on this and give it 100%. And I did. And, I worked there for like, I don't remember. It had to be like at least 3 years. I was
Where's there?
There's a Deemer's Glass. My good friend Pierre Deemer's, he owned a glass company, and they grew up in the hood too. The owners, they were Canadian-owned company, and they grew up right there off of 59th Avenue and right off of a McDowell, like in the little neighborhood there. They had a little glass company that was running out of the house.
They were Canadian. No?
Yeah, little Canadian guy.
No way, eh?
Yeah, little. I mean, like these motherfuckers. He's the shortest motherfucker that talks the most shit I've ever met in my life.
You haven't met Timmy.
But he's a good dude, man. He's a real good guy. They looked out for me, man, after the accident. So what had happened was I was going through, trials and tribulations of life. I was just like, man, I'm not using my talent. My ex and I were splitting up. you know what I mean? I had to go get my son she was about to go take a trip with a girl's trip to California. I had to hurry up and get home, pick up my son. And it had just been monsoon season. So, they had we had a bunch of calls in for Arcadia doors and broken glass. And we don't really do residential. It was all commercial glass. So then there's like, no, we got to pull everybody. We're not going to miss this money. So the owner's son, which is one of my best friends, Pierre, was out of town. So he left his younger brother in charge. And me and him didn't really get along. He was a dickhead. But to this day, he's one of my best friends. But what we went through with that. So one day he calls me. He's like, hey, man. He goes, we got to go do some repairs there's a house on 51st Avenue in Arrowhead. You just go get it done. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I go over there. And this Arcadia door had came off the track during the storm. And the glass had broke. So I had to change the glass out, put it back on track. And as the Arcadia door works, you got the U channels that connect to keep the air out. So as I'm shutting the door, it wouldn't shut right because one of the channels was pinched. So I take the door off, fix it, go back, and it wouldn't. But it still didn't work. So I left, and they called my office, and they were like, "Hey, the store's not working. You need to get your guy back out here." And the lady had to go somewhere. She was pissed. The son had to come over and watch me work, and he was pissed. And he was like big 6'5" kid, man. He was a big kid, and I get the boss calling me when his brother, hey man, you need to get your ass over there and fix this fucking door. Just being a dick about it.
Yeah.
This is phone. It was on walkie-talkies back then.
Nextel.
Yeah, no, not even Nextel. It was a straight up radio with a big rubber antenna. So I was like, all right, cool. So I ended up going back, and I was pissed. I was in a hurry. I gotta hurry up. I gotta go pick up my son. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. And I'm stressing. I hadn't been in the studio, and Johnny had been hitting me up like, oh, we gotta do some songs. Get in the studio. You ready? I was like, nah, I ain't doing it no more. Just all these things going on. I'm not using my art. Nothing. It was just my mind was in another place. So I go back, knock on the door.
Your life was in another place. Sounds
yeah,
like.
my life was in another place. The lady answers the door, mad because I didn't fix it right. So the son's there, and he's playing a video game on the TV, like, just hurry up, get it done. Dude. So yeah, dude. And this is at Arrowhead Lakes, like on 51st Avenue in Union Hills, right? So I go in there, I start taking the door off. I see the channel. Okay, now I hear what the problem is. I put it on the side, and I had the screwdriver in the channel, and I'm hitting it to open it up, and I'm pushing it the opposite way of my eye. I don't know how this happened, whatever. So as I'm pushing it out, it's like I'm hitting the back of it, and I'm hitting it the opposite direction of me. And as soon as I punched it out of there, it came back, boom, straight to my left eye, bro. And it's just like you heard like a fart noise, like, and it was just all the fluid in my eye, and there was no blood. It's just my arm was covered in white fluid. And it was just like, and then start screaming. I'm like, and then the big 6'5" kid's like, what happened? Oh my God, what happened? And the guy goes, well, stab my eye out, call 911. So he gets on the phone with 911, and he's kind of on the phone, and he hands me the phone. He's like, the guy's like, what's happened? I go, I just stabbed my left eye out with a screwdriver. He goes, all right, lay down.
So the screwdriver hit you, or the tornillo hit you?
The screwdriver, bro. So like this tattoo on my left arm with a screwdriver through it. So it went straight through my eye. The screwdriver was like this long, bro. And it just went straight through the center of my eye, and it came back out.
Was it a left-handed screwdriver or a right-handed screwdriver?
Star or flat?
It was a flathead, bro. It was a flathead screwdriver because I was using it to pry open that area.
channel. Yeah,
the channel. So they said, lay on the ground, keep your eyes closed. We're on the way.
Ugh.
And so and this time, dude, it's just like the second that I stabbed my eye out, bro. It was just like everything that I couldn't do with two eyes, like everything, bro, like the drawing, the can control, depth perception, you know what I mean? Just everything is just like my life flashed before my eyes. And then they came over. My eye. So the paramedics came to the door, and it was just like, after that, it just was like this weird feeling, bro. The guy comes over to me, and he goes, are you okay, man? You okay? And he goes, keep your eyes closed, keep your eyes closed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a flashlight over your bad eye, and on the count of 3, I want you to open both your eyes. It's like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and I open them, and it was just black, bro. And he looks at, and I hear him go,
hey, did you pull that out? Or
yeah, I pulled it out.
Okay,
you pulled it out. And so
So it came out of your hand.
It would no. I was holding it, and I yanked it, and I yanked it out. Yeah, so he put it in and yanked it out. And so they got me to the hospital. You know what I mean? And just as coincidence, we were 2 miles away from the best eye institute in the country, Arrowhead Eye Center. So the best help you could possibly get in that situation is right there. So like God has a plan, bro. Like it's just crazy how it works. So they get me in there to clean my eye up, you know what I mean, sew it up and whatever. And I remember getting to the hospital before they took me back in surgery, and the dude that was yelling at me at the end of the radio was the first dude there. And he's like, man, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have been a dick, this, and that. My ex didn't go to Cali, like, to, you know,
Right,
to
right.
be with her friends. Like, just kind of, everything kind of just, you know what I mean?
Shitstorm.
Yeah, shitstorm. Like, all the homies I thought were my homies, nobody went and saw me in the hospital. So, like, kind of weeded them guys out. Like, all these...
That's when you know who your friends are.
Yeah, exactly. So, everything just happened in my life to put me to the position where I'm going to do. So, then I had to go back for another surgery because the doctor goes, man, if there was ever a perfect way to remove a screwdriver from somebody's eye, you did it. He goes, you put it in the same way as you took it out. So, it's just like back in. And you hit the back of your muscle in your eye. Because if you'd have went to the left 1/8 of an inch, you'd be dead.
Oh, wow.
man.
Yeah, because all the tissue in your brain back there, he goes, you'd have been dead or a vegetable, whatever.
Poked yourself in the brain.
Yeah, so it was just like I caught the back of the muscle and it pushed my eye back, so it didn't allow it to go through my head. So the tissue in the back, I had to have surgery to repair the stitches inside the back of my muscle in my eye. So they had to get 12 stitches in there for now. And then there was still some metal debris, like microscopic metal debris that was in there. So they had to put a gas bubble in my eye for the stitches in the back to heal. So I had like 186 in the front and then whatever in the back.
I couldn't even imagine how they
Oh,
do that.
shit.
man.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Microscopic, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh, you got to come back in 2 weeks. We're gonna clean it all up and fix it all up." And I'm like, whatever. So I get there. This is the second surgery. So I'm laying on there. I get over there and they get the anesthesiologist. They hook you up, and I come out and I'm like, they put you out to give you all the anesthesia, right? They got to give you your shots in your face, so they do the surgery. So I wake up and I'm strapped in my ankles, my knees, my thighs, my hips, my stomach, my chest, my wrists, my elbows, my shoulders, my chin, my forehead. I'm just strapped to a table, like strapped down to a table, man.
Torture.
Yeah, like torture. And then you wake up and then they have a cloth covering this side and there's like a rag with the hole in it.
Yeah.
On this side so they could do their work. And so there's like, you can hear 3 doctors. I can hear 3 in the corner and then I can hear 2 in the back. And the 2 in the back are like anesthesiologists. So they're just talking. And then there's a radio on and like a game on or and then there's another radio on that these doctors are listening to. So then he's like reaching over. He goes, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and start the procedure. So just, relax. And then I go, all right. So I'm just sitting there like, one eye open and I'm just seeing shadows. I can see the shadow of the doctor. And he starts cutting my eye open and I can feel it. And ain't nothing I could do. And I just start screaming. I'm like, hey, yo. I could feel you cutting my eye open. I could feel everything. He's all, what? And all of a sudden you hear the TV go off, the radio go off, and there's like a huddle.
Fucking record scratching.
Yeah, bro. And it was like a Twilight Zone movie, bro. Then all of a sudden, one of the anesthesiologists walks over. I remember she was a bigger lady, and I just felt her big ass cold hands grab the top of my forehead and like push my head down. And the other doctor just said, "This is gonna hurt." And then I see like a needle like coming at an angle like this. All I see is the shadow because I can't see nothing, and it's just a shadow of this needle, bro. And it just went poop to the front of my eye, and dude, I couldn't even do nothing. It hurt so bad. Through the back of my eye and into my face, and then my whole face got cold. He's pumped that shit in there, and then he goes, "Can you feel this?" And he's like touching me with a knife. I go, "Nope." He goes, "All right, cool." TV went back, radio went back on.
Damn.
He goes,
Party on, Wayne.
Yeah,
There it is.
Party on, Wayne.
And he goes, think of something for 3 hours. So that's what it was, bro. So
Your mama.
Yeah. But it was like I thought of sports highlights, man, for 3 hours, and they did the whole surgery. That's when like the best catches, diving catches, like and it went by fast, bro.
ESPN top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we beat the Dodgers. We beat the Dodgers.
These guys get mad at me because it's kind of a dumb question, but dude, what does that feel? Was that instant pain
You don't
when it
feel
hit you?
nothing.
You
I
didn't feel it
nothing,
when
bro.
the screwdriver went in your eye?
Nothing. I didn't feel like
It was just panic, like,
the
oh.
human body's response system, bro.
You think it's adrenaline?
It's adrenaline 100% because after I kind of researched what I went through and just the neurology studies that led me to the change of life that I had because of all this, like the body is remarkable, bro.
Right. The body heals itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it can suffer through trauma and it can get you through all those
Yeah.
things. So.
God.
It's a million billion cells. It'll find life, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it was, man. They did that, and then I had to have another surgery where they had a cornea transplant. They had to cut the front of my eye off, and they gave me a donor eye. So I had a cadaver eye, like a dead person's eye, and they put it on my left eye. So if you ever look at my eyes, I always wear sunglasses because I don't have a lens on it because it's always bright. So you'll see my eyes half blue, and it's half brown. Like I don't know what the tissue didn't jive or whatever, but it's crazy. So like when I'm out in the club and we start drinking, my glasses come off. It's a conversation.
This
It's like,
happened later on?
bro, yeah, this is after the third surgery.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? And that was it. But so during that, after
At
that surgery,
Zazoo's.
so after the surgery, I had to have a gas bubble in my eye to hold the stitches in the back in place. But I had to keep my head down for at a 90-degree angle so the gas bubble would rise in the back. Dude, for 3 months.
I've seen.
You got to keep your head down for 3 months.
3 months. I had to sleep on my face. I had to look down. Everything was looking down, bro. And my ex had left me.
How do you
know what I mean?
hump?
Like,
I was going to say, how do you hump?
Ah, damn.
shit was crazy. Oh, I figured that shit out right away.
Wait, but do they have put like a brace to keep you
No,
down? Or you
bro.
have to?
No,
Was
they
it
just-
like a massage table where you have your cara
dude.
like
No,
hanging in
dude.
the...
And I was living by myself, bro. And then one of my homies, my homeboy Rick Flores, rest in peace, he came over one day, bro, and he was just like, and this is why you said your friends are. He just came over, bro. He had a big old box, and I was like, "What's that, man?" He goes, because he's one of my mentors when I was doing art and stuff. And he brought me a box of pencils and paper, and all I started doing was writing songs and drawing logos.
Looking
bro.
down.
Yeah, just looking down. That's it. He brought me a deck of cards, just something I could do, and I was just sitting there because he knew I was by myself. You know what I mean? And I was by myself, living by myself.
God bless his heart, man.
Yeah, God
dude.
bless his heart.
Yeah,
No
dude, rest
shit.
in peace. That was my dude, man. Everybody serves their purpose in life. And so I got a call from one of my buddies. He's like, "Hey, man, we're gonna do a logo," or he goes for, my buddies. So all right, cool. So I wound up sketching out a logo. Dude loved it, and I was like, "See, I need to be using my talent," and that's what God wanted me to realize. Like right here, 3 months, you get to think about this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
So now, and then that was the next thing. So me and
That's all
Johnny,
you can do.
Yeah, me and Johnny got back in the studio after that. You know what I mean? I got my, I started doing art every day, and I just told myself I'm gonna do something with my talent every day. I went back to work for the company. And as soon as I got back in, the owner, the dad of the company, he goes, "Hey, man, let me talk to you. You're a real nice guy, bro." And
Family-owned company?
family-owned company.
Not corporate.
Nah,
Yeah,
family-owned company. And he goes, "Hey, would you mind signing this document saying you're not going to sue me or the company or whatever?" I was like, "Man, yeah, bro, no problem." But ever since then, bro, like they gave me the down payment for my house. They were just there for me.
They catered to you.
Yeah, they hooked me up, bro. And this
Yeah.
is like I said, to this day, man, one of my best friends, bro. He lives out in Sholo now. My buddy Pierre and his family, Danny and Donald and the girls, they're just good people, bro. And they just looked out for me, and it got me through that time of my life. But now that, man, I went through all that and I realized where I'm at. And now it's just that even changed my whole rap perfection.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I was doing is like I said, I started writing more spiritual things. You know what I mean? I got
Really?
in touch
More positive
Yeah, I got
things.
in touch with the Lord. I understood like this is a God-given situation, man. You go through something like this, you should have been dead. And I swear, like when all that flash before your eyes, they say your life flashes before your eyes. Like I thought I was gonna be dead, bro. Like real quick, you know what I mean, for a second there. And I went through, that to get me to where I am today, and it really helped me, man. It put it in perspective for me to really, take what I do seriously. You know?
It's a second chance, right?
Yeah, it's a second chance, bro. It's just like, yeah, dude, do this. Yeah, you don't need to be doing that. And I went back to work for the company. I even went back later on in life just to go help, get back, just to provide for my family
Right.
again. But I never stopped doing what I was doing.
Right. So you learn to appreciate,
Yeah.
you learn to appreciate life a little more and just the simple things, right? Smell the flowers, so to speak. So how do you think that changed your art? Because when
The depth perception.
yeah, the depth perception
That
when,
he's talked about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's why it was always touch and go. I went and I started sketching more, and I went from before I could just look at a wall and I could just go, but now I sketch everything first because I can get that touch and feel, and it puts it in perspective. So I do my sketching, I get approvals, and I take my projector, I take those sketches, I put them on the wall when I do my murals, and I outline with that. So that helps me in that sense. But there's always you can adapt, bro. Intelligent people adapt. That's just the name of the game. You got to find a way.
and you have a very unique style. I mean, it
thank you.
is. It's very unique.
Do you have any sight in that eye?
I have a 10% vision, so it's
10%.
just like I can see colors and shapes, but there's no focus. It's like looking through a foggy shower door.
Okay.
And all lights really magnify.
Silhouette.
times 10.
Wow.
I can see like the colors of your shirts. I see all the logos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just no focus. It doesn't zoom in to be able
got
to look
you.
at
So,
things.
so when you,
Yeah,
so,
don't
so,
zoom
so,
into Timmy.
Pinche feo.
Puro guapo.
Pinche feo.
These clowns aside. So when
Sorry, Junior.
when you're doing your art, do you cover that eye to give you
Nah, sometimes it just stays closed, bro. That's why I keep my glasses on all the time because it's just like I'm not gonna walk around winking at everybody. You know?
Don't take them off.
I was
Coop.
just looking for the detail of what you're drawing, what you're
Yeah.
painting. You know what I mean?
No,
Don't take off your glasses because when you look at Timmy, you're gonna see fucking Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
Look at Mike. Michael's got a weak eye. That's why he wears glasses.
So I wear glasses. But yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I do, bro. Like,
go for it.
No, I was just going to say, so one thing I noticed though is that would you say you've always been consistent? So like you didn't stop, like you took a little break, but you always went back to, would you say that consistency has helped get you where you've always been or where you're at or
you know what?
helped continue your success?
The consistency, it was like I try to be a full-time artist. Like I would go and, you know what I mean, just try to be a 9 to 5 and work it, you know what I mean, and just do that. And everybody says, why don't you do that full-time? There's a point when you're having life experiences, when you're doing other things that you get inspiration. You know what I mean? You go, so that's why, and my dad always told me, is like, even when I was in the street game, he was like, oh, whatever you're doing, I can't stop you, but always keep a regular job. I mean, just keep a regular 9 to 5 because, you know what I mean? One, if you're in the streets, they ain't gonna pay attention to you if you got a regular job. Make your extra money, be smart about it. But like, even with being an artist, I try to do it full time, and it's just like trying to be creative day after day after day after day. You burn out.
Do you? So you do take like a mental break, so to speak?
Yeah, well, that's why I always
Make
keep
it
a job.
back.
That's why I work for
Right.
the city now, but I've never not had a job because I always feel like when I get off work, being creative. I'm looking forward to being creative.
Right.
Because I'm doing it. And I've always been in, high pressure situations in work, dealing with construction and doing the stuff that I was doing.
It's a reward.
Project management. Yeah, it's a break from all that.
Right.
So
well, when I said consistency, it wasn't like staying consistently drawing, but the consistency of not letting it go.
Oh, throughout the years.
Throughout the years.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. That's the only way you improve. But it's life experiences, bro. It's just like you'll see people like styles changes. You'll see artists who do a series of this style of paint, and then you'll be like, oh, and then '97 he started doing all this, and then 2001 he started doing this. Like Jackson Pollock, the famous painter. That was one series he's famous for, but he did other stuff.
Right.
But you know what I mean? That's just a lot of artists do that kind of thing.
Right. And that's what I think with creatives, that's what happens. Like they're always reinventing themselves, doing something different, doing creative. So I always see like a lot of hip hop artists get criticized for changing their style a little bit, but that's a creative. That's what happens. You kind of get tired of the old rigmarole, and I'm gonna challenge myself and try something new.
Well, because it's a God-given talent, right? And I don't have that kind of talent, right? But my point being is you chasing it, right? You're chasing it, right? You're always looking for the next thing.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's just like, and then you don't even look for the next thing. It's you get inspired. Like, I still write music, and there's been situations where I'll have a dream and wake up and I'll have something just dialed in, like I got to create this. And the way I work is that when I get inspired to do something, I have to get it out. My wife will tell you, if I don't get it out, I get frustrated. I got to find a way to get it out. If it's on a canvas or if it's on a wall or if it's something I need to do and I got a vision for it, I got to get it out.
Even writing, music.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everything. Music's therapy for me. Like, that's a big deal. When I can, put those words together to be able to, let go of some issues that I've had. You know what I mean? Especially when it was beef and it was a bunch of stuff that was going on. You know what I mean? That helped me to let a lot of it go.
See, that's admirable because because you're releasing, right? You're being how do you say it? You're being vulnerable to a degree, right? And a lot of dudes, they can't do that, right? Because they're gonna the homie's gonna make fun of them, right? And you're opposite of that, right?
Yeah.
You have a release, and it's in your music, it's in your lyrics, it's how you think. I think that's very admirable. It really is.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's what that's part of the struggle that all creative people go through is just criticism. Like you know what I mean. But once you really get to the point in your life where you realize that, hey,
fuck everybody else.
It's a solo journey.
Yeah,
like this life is a solo journey. Like, well, that's what I learned about stabbing my out. Is like we're born alone, we die alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's worried about themselves, anyways. You think they're paying attention to you? It's just like when you're famous and you're put in a position. Like I think that's why I never made it in the music industry, because I don't have it in me to be famous on that level. I don't want to be famous in that.
Right,
I like my peace. I like being by myself.
I agree. I mean, because everybody gets one lap around the track, right? The life you get one lap. You never know when that lap's going to end, and it goes to make your lap the best, right? And what's peaceful to you, what's best for your family, because the most important table in the whole wide world is your dinner table, right? Your family, right? That's for all of us. It's true.
Message.
Yeah, message.
Message.
So no, I appreciate that, and I like how you talk about. You look at a wall and you get vibes, right? It's positive vibes and negative vibes. I'm the same way. You know, when I meet people, I don't like the vibe. I'm done. You know, I don't.
I'm the king of the Irish goodbye, bro. Like I just did. I just did, bro. Yeah, everybody knows me for that, dude. Like all the homies be like, where'd he go?
You know what's funny? I'm the king of the Irish crickets. You know what the Irish crickets are?
What's that?
When you hear the, you know what I mean? Like the can of the.
Yeah.
So
And I'm the king of the Irish goodbye.
So when you're sitting there, you know, and your homeboy comes with the pencils and stuff, you start drawing, you start creating. Is this when your branding and all that comes through?
Yeah, it did. You know what I mean? It came through. It really, it made me feel like it's up to me. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever I put into it, that's what I'm gonna get out of it. And that's what it is, man. The more you do, you're gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And that's just the lesson in life. You don't stop.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No.
So let's take a break.
Let's take
We'll
a break.
and we'll come back because we want to talk about some of the branding that you've done with people here locally.
All right, perfect. Let's
All
do
right.
that.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Anybody?
They love it when I do that.
Now I pray every day that my angels ride with me. Something old school, late 1950. Paint job candy, so fresh, look dripping. 100 chrome spokes on the wheels as I'm dipping through the hood. It's all good. Roll to the back street, love for the homies, but I still got a back key. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Hit switches so fast, make your eye look lazy. Keep a norm out the window, blaze off the endo. Rag top drop, honey, look good, let's roll. Oh yeah, we gon' ride tonight, cause you're looking so fly tonight. Let me hit you with the Southwest connection. Blaze to perfection, change your direction, change your perception of the old West. Walk around, no vest, two legit guns out of my waist, you know the rest. We ready to ride, from the north to the south, to the east and the west side. We gon' ride tonight, cause you're looking so.
Hey, we're back. Continuation, episode 2.
We're
right?
back again?
We're back
No,
again.
it's not episode 2. It's part 2.
Part 2, episode 2. You get
Get the
it.
fuck out of here.
I don't care what you guys say.
Dude, shut up, Beetlejuice.
Look, man, these are my cousins, my little cousins, bro.
And you're my little big cousin.
Yes, I am, man. Boom. Take it. Get a Hey, welcome back. Mike, I know you have some questions you want to ask.
Now, it's not necessarily questions, but we're just going to pick up where
for it.
where we kind of left off. You were talking about, you know, in recovery, you started working, doing some branding for people and stuff. And
Yes.
and that's kind of evolved into doing other work for a lot of other people. So you've done some collaborations with like Working Class Cultura with Ray that we had on here previously.
Yes, sir.
If you tell us a little bit about, you know, how that came about and some of the stuff you've done.
Right on, man. Yeah, for sure. So I was working with Paz Cantina when they were opening up before all the big construction went down on Roosevelt, on 3rd Street and Roosevelt when they barely started. So my buddies were the developers who were selling all the properties. And they're like, oh, we got to make this restaurant. So I did some branding for them. And I came up with the Paz, you know, the Paz Cantina logos and all that. And then we were having the events there and everything. I seen Ray start sneaking around, and I seen him and I started seeing him like every other weekend. And Ray could talk, bro. He's just such a great guy, you know.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah, he'll just grab you in, and he's like a big teddy bear, bro. Just make you want to hang out because he's just such a good dude. So I started listening and see he was doing, and I asked my boy, "What's that guy trying to do?" He was working with the chef, Michael, one of the owners, and he was just like, "Yeah, he wants to do some events, whatever." So I don't know. Ray and I started, you know, talking then, and little by little, you know, it just came to where like he was around, and then you know. Small world, you know, his wife, Rosemary, we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we were all just kind of like all hit it off. And I just really liked Ray and what he was doing. And I liked his hustle. And it was just like one of those things that's like, hey, man, we got to do something one of these days. Do something one of these days, joking around. And then we winded up doing something one of these days. And he was like, I go, hey, I got an idea. And he's like, what you got? And then I told him some ideas for like we did a 3 design capsule with he had an idea he was talking, it's like the late shift, like we were talking about like just of the working class, like there's a late shift, and I was like, yeah, I go, you know what, bro, and that kind of sparked in me, so I winded up doing 3 designs for basically the hustle he goes through. Like I see him at the events always hustling. He don't stop, bro. Like that fool will go to Cali like 3 times a month.
Yeah,
if there's events, and that's what he. So I really appreciated that about him, his hustle, because that's what it reminds me of when I was branding, when I was doing my clothing lines, when I was working with Bobby Fresh, when I was working with other labels and working to help people brand. You hustle, you just get out there.
And didn't you have your own brand at one point?
Yeah, I had a couple different brands. I mean, I had my first brand was when straight out the neighborhood. I was still living at home on 41st, and I had a brand called Bomb and Lucky.
Right.
And Bomb and Lucky, we had
That's a badass name.
Yeah, it was one of the homies that was doing with. He was a white little Irish dude, and he called himself Lucky. So he wound up being lucky, and so he decided. He'd call me one day. He goes, "Hey, what would you do if you had some money?" I said, "I'd probably do a clothing line." He's like, "Oh, what do you think?" I was like, "What would you call it?" And I go, "I don't know." And he's like, "Well, what if you and I did?" When I go, "Call it Bomb and Lucky," joking around.
Yeah.
So we winded up building that brand up, and we got it all done. We did it quickly too. I think I created like maybe 12 designs because my buddy was like, "Yo, ASR show is in San Diego at this date. You think we could be ready for that?" And I go, "Well, what do we got to do?" And he goes, "Well, we got to have all the shirts ready, or just the lookbook. We got to build the lookbook first so we could take it." So I winded up doing all the designs, pen on paper.
Wow.
Doing them all, and then this is back before the technology of like the separations on a computer. This is all like you had to do your color separations in a product called Ruby Lift. We had to cut it out, layers of it, like old school.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a big deal. So we winded up getting everything done. He goes, "Hey, let's do our own booth. We'll do the backdrop for the booth." So I winded up airbrushing a whole backdrop for the booth, and it was like the talk of the show. Everybody's like, "Man, dude!" It's like everybody was stopping by our booth. Tupac stopped by our booth. I got to meet Tupac.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like Booyah Tribe.
Really?
Christian Hassoy.
Is it similar to like Magic?
Yeah, it was like that, but it was for action sports, ASR, Action Sports Trade Show.
Oh, right,
So it
okay.
was just like all the skate companies, the surfwear,
Wow.
like bikinis, swimming trunks, sandals, flip flops, sunglasses, all that went along with the skating and the beginning of the graffiti scene. Like Sucker brand was there. Hex had his brand that he was designing for, and then just all up and coming brands.
Yeah.
Their Tribal was there, Third Rail,
Con Art.
yeah, Con Art,
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
beginning brands, and we had just Bomb and Lucky. It was just simple. And the first day we were there, and everybody's like, "Oh man, yeah, this is how it works, man. People come by, and you'll see buyers come by, and they look at stuff, and if they like your stuff, they'll come back and on the last day and come buy your shit." Fucking one little Chinese dude rolled up, and he bought 25 grand. Boom, right off the bat. He goes, "I'm taking it to Okinawa, Japan. I want this, and that." And we were just like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
So it
awesome.
was
Yeah.
so it was just
Dude,
like,
I remember that shit. Dude,
Yeah.
Bomb and Lucky.
Yeah, bro.
I remember that brand.
yeah, we had it. We were just giving it away when we had printed so much extra. I was just giving it a bunch away, and we weren't even thinking of selling it here. But before there was Cowtown, it was Laura worked at a place called Hefty, and it was on 51st and Thunderbird, and she was always a fan of my art because I was doing the stuff with the skate park and everything else. So we were actually selling Bomb and Lucky in their store. So he would buy a little, enough to have a presence. So it was really cool, man. It was badass to do that, and that just led to other things. And, like I got a taste. You know what I mean? So and then I started going to Magic Convention and other brands, and I got to work with Bobby Fresh, and him and I, it was his idea, but him and I artistically worked together to build that brand, and we did that. And we started with that. We went with that. We got an opportunity to work with Jordan brand,
Right.
Through Bobby. Bobby hooked that up. We did a couple designs, but
With the Jordan brand.
Yeah, with Jordan brand.
Jordan brand.
Don't be so casual about that.
Yeah,
Come on. nah.
I was like,
It's cool, but it's just like when they don't. It's like there's so many legalities with.
I get it. I get it.
You can't do certain things, and you don't know that. I'm from a designer standpoint. I'm just like, "Yo, what about this one? What about that one?" Well, we can't use this because it's called the Soul of the City, and you got the skyline of Chicago on the bottom of a shoe, which is a great design. You killed it. It was awesome, but we can't use it, and it was just like,
somebody else trademarked it, whatever.
no, it's
the
not
case
even
may be.
trademark. It's just like the city of Chicago has an issue with the branding, so they own the rights. You can't do nothing, especially with a big brand like Jordan. They'll come after them and be like, "Oh no,
Right,
you
right.
can't put Chicago
They come
on
after
it."
they come after the pocketbook.
Exactly. They do, those big companies. They know how to hit. So,
Yeah.
and that was that when that kind of ended. It was short lived, but I got to meet Funkmaster Flex out of that. You
Oh,
know
wow,
what I mean?
right on. Yeah.
We did a collab with some stuff we were doing with at some of the sneaker conventions in New York we used to go to. Bobby was a hustler, man. He'd be in all the conventions. We travel everywhere. We built a big old booth for the trade shows at Magic. You know what I mean? We'd go out there and sit down, politic for a few days, and he would do sales, and I just sit there and take it all in, and it was a good time. It's really teaches you the industry of how it works, and it can be lucrative, but there's so much competition, and then just the fashion trends.
Yeah, you have to definitely
Everything
stand out
changed, yeah.
somehow, some way with your booth or whatever you do. Yeah,
And
you got to be creative.
Yeah, exactly. And Bobby could market, man. That dude was a marketing genius, and he's still to this day doing it. But like he had plugged us up where we actually had the Complex magazine put out an article with the 21 or whatever freshest shirts to rock with your sneakers, and I think we had 11 of them.
Really?
And they were all my designs. So
That's
Bobby Fresh was that's when it was at the top of the game. Dude, I remember one year where I was just
What design was this? What?
sneaker designs.
Okay.
All sneaker designs.
Okay.
So like just up and coming new release sneaker releases.
All
like
right.
a lot of foam posits, Jordans 1, Jordans 2, Jordans.
Okay.
Anytime they released a new Jordan, there was the beginning of the sneaker game when it really got
Sure.
big. So it was cool, man. It was really good to be a part of that, to see in Complex magazine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was pretty dope.
Right.
So just
I think I still have some more Complex magazines, as a matter of fact.
yeah, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Just like that was a big deal, and
It was.
and it's still
It
a
is,
great staple
yeah.
in the community with Complex Con and everything else they do. So I think that was real dope that I got to be a part of that. And we just got to meet other brands and see what people were doing. And Bobby and I eventually parted ways, and I still stuck with a couple other things, and worked for other labels and help people develop brands and stuff that didn't kind of make it. But it's still a creative process. You want to do as much as you can, and I like to help people. So like with working with Ray, it's just like I didn't even charge Ray. I just said, you know what, this is an idea, and I just, for what he does, him being a great mouthpiece that he is, like it benefits me more than money for
He's
just
got
to
a
do
great
design.
brand.
Right.
Yeah, because all he does is A-bomb, A-bomb, A-bomb,
Yeah.
A-bomb. You know what I mean? But it's just like, dude, I can't pay for that. Like, he's already paid me 20 times just by all his marketing and promotion and how he hypes me up. And he doesn't do it just...
That's love.
Yeah, that's love, bro.
That's love.
That's just how he is. He would do it even if he paid me.
Yeah, he
But-
definitely has a machine.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
dude,
is.
he-
Yeah, he's awesome, bro.
I had just met him when we did the show, and he was fantastic.
Timmy, that was Fat Joe. That's
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Timmy don't know who that is either.
See your
No, but
homies
you know
over here? See your homies?
Dude, I became an instant fan of him, man. Like I dug his whole shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I ordered a shirt. I just got it today. In fact,
Nice.
He's for the people, bro. Like that's what he's saying. There's no face to the culture because it's just all the hardworking motherfuckers.
No, he's
and
not.
that's when he talks to me, and when he just starts talking, bro, I'm already designing shit in my head. Like,
Yeah.
he just
kind of made reference to that.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, he nailed it, bro.
Yeah.
His tagline, he nailed it.
I love it, bro. I love it. I think that's one of my favorite brands to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you also did work with State 48, the brand?
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
to work with Mike, and that was just kind of a fluke. I started seeing it pop up, and it was kind of when it had just started. It was kind of on the higher side, and they already had their traction running.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I kind of like that design. And I go, and I started looking at their stuff. I said, they don't got nothing Chicano. I go, I'm gonna just do one. And I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
You incorporated a rim, the tie on the rim. And
But it's because this is like a series of graphics that I've had throughout the year, like for the last 10
Really?
years, just building graphics and designing stuff. And I was like, I got this, I could add that there. And just because that's, if you look at all their designs, that's at the beginning when they were doing it, it's just like just a collage of different things. And I was like, I can do this with the Chicano culture.
Yeah, and you did.
Yeah.
And I put it together, and I told, and I was like, man, I don't want to. What if I throw it out there and I get a cease and desist? You know what I'm saying? And so I shot it out, and then my homeboy Luciano Cora, he's popping on Instagram at the time, or he still is, and he got that, he saw it, and he automatically, check out my boy A-Bomb, that's fire. And all of a sudden, somebody else chimed in. Then somebody else chimed in. I think I got over like 150 comments.
Domino effect.
Yeah, domino effect, bro. And all of a sudden, DM, bing.
We need you.
State 48.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
hey,
You
I
can't-
fucking dig that shit, dude. I seen that and I was like, damn, man. I fell in love with that.
You can't have State 48 without the Chicano representation.
Bro, and that's what's so dope is because Mike,
point, George.
Mike grew up in Chandler, the owner of State 48. Him and his partner-
Chandler.
and him and his partners that started it, and I guess his little brother Nico is part of it now. But Mike grew up with all the homies. He knew, he knows the culture, but you don't speak on it if you're not the culture. So I think when he saw that, and we talked about it on the phone, man, super chill. Like you just on the other end of that line, like you talking to the guy, you just know he's cool as shit.
Right on. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he was just like, hey man, love the design. I think this is amazing. What do you think? You want to do it this way? very generous, man.
Nice,
Very generous.
nice.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great to me, man. And he's like, all right, well, let's do it, dude. Instant success, bro.
I love to see the gabachos
Yeah.
wearing that
Yeah,
one rock that you created. I love to see the gabachos wearing that.
That's cool.
I'm like, hell yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's Taco Tuesday. Want to wear my State 48?
Yeah, it's cool though.
It's tight. It's tight, man.
And it was a success, man. And I was
Yeah, it was.
happy to do it, and I get a lot of love for it. And
I can't
people to
find
this
it
day-
nowhere.
Now they just so the way it works with that situation is it's like they quarterly release it, and then as the sales go down, because they have so much other stuff they have to keep doing.
Right.
It's kind of a rotation thing. So,
Yeah.
but then they hit me up. I took them. I was like, hey, you guys want to participate in the car show? We should get into the car show. And then so they did 1 year, and it was a success, man. It was awesome. They had a great time. We had a great turnout. And then so I like, hey, let's do it this year again. He goes, hey, but let's do a new design. And so I came up with a second design for him where I put that 48 bomb on there.
Yeah.
So as for like State 48, the bomb.
Yeah.
We did
Totally
a couple of cool videos. They brought some great our videographers out there to do some stuff for me. And we released that one, and that one even went really well. I'm still getting checks for that one.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
We're an agency.
No, you know what's funny, dude? Is like I've had so I have a cousin, right? And he has the I got about a million of them, but he has the 48 on his tattooed on his arm, right? I took him to one of my white friends' parties, dude, and he has a 48 right there, and some gabachos was like, "Hey, man, you like NASCAR?" And he thought I was like fucking Ricky Bobby, like
If you ain't first or last.
I forget the name of the
Jimmy Johnson.
It's Jimmy Johnson or fucking whatever from fucking 48, right? That drives NASCAR.
No, man, we're
Fucking
talking
true
about
story, dude.
Yeah.
True.
Similar
It's like,
but different.
Yeah,
Similar
we're
but
talking
different.
about the brand.
Yeah, we're talking about the brand.
I know, but
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
my primo had fucking 48 for the 48 state. You know what I mean? But dude, it was fucking funny, man. I was,
Need 4 new tires. 4 new
I
tires.
like that one.
So,
My primo said, "Nah, it's E48." That's a bad joke.
so now more recently, you did design for the Suns. Was it last season? Or
Yeah,
this
last season.
Yeah,
I
last
did-
season.
I did a design for them with like kind of lowrider culture design. It was everything happened so fast, and I think that's when it's meant to happen. It's just like because God wants me to just all right, there you go, cabrón. See, get it.
Yeah, here's your
Make it
chance.
happen. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like they reached out to me, and I was just like, hey, well, when do you need it? And she's like, like in 2 days.
Yes.
Wow, that quick.
So it's just like it's one thing to produce it, but it's just another thing to get the idea first.
Yeah.
That to get put on the spot, and it's like time limits are creative killers. Like
So let me ask you a
100%.
question. Do you perform better under pressure?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
Yes and no. You know what I mean? I like to have some time because it's like get comfortable. Like the second design we did though that we're gonna release this season.
Hell
that
yeah.
one I'm a lot more happy with.
Okay.
Like this one I had a deadline and it was like also new. Like we didn't know what the Suns were gonna approve, and so it was just like let's do this. And she had to submit it. We had to make some changes. Those kind of things. So then now with the second one, we kind of knew what we were getting into. So she called me. I was like, all right, I know. Now I know where it's gonna be a quick turnaround. We got to get it right. So she's like, hey, I like this, I like that, and she was really good on talking to me about like what direction she wanted to go. She can direct really well, and so we knew what we were getting into, and I got it done. She liked it, done. So it was a done deal. We actually released them at the car show last year. Or this year actually, and we were out there. I was actually out there. They printed a bunch of them out, and we were signing them all. They didn't print no shirts of it yet because I think they're going to use the shirt for the season.
Hell yeah. We'll look forward to seeing that.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if they release that this year, it's a great year to release it because we're going to fucking win the championship this year.
Oh yeah, bro.
Right?
Hey,
We're gonna
so
win.
honestly, like, so how does that make you? You're a
I hope
native.
we do.
You've always been. I'm sure you're a fan. You're
Oh,
in the
yeah.
sport. Like that's got to make you feel proud, bro, that they came
Bro,
after you and asked you to do this.
You know what? It's one thing to do a
Dude,
design.
you're from the West. You're a Mexican from the West Side, bro.
Yes,
and the
sir.
Suns are
Yes,
reaching out
sir.
to you.
Yeah.
and
Come
that's what you can go out and say, oh, I want to work with these people. I want to work for that people. But all you can do is keep going and let them come to you. And that's what happened. And I was grateful. Like, you know what? Because I didn't try to go there and get in somebody else's cookie jar. I just was like, yo, if they want me, they'll come find me. And they did, bro.
That's
And
cool.
it felt good. It felt good to be recognized. Just like with the D-backs. Like recently I just did I was recognized at the D-backs game for Hispanic, for the work I did in the Hispanic community and,
That's
being
big,
positive
man.
inspiration.
That's a big honor.
Yeah, don't undersell yourself, bro. I mean, no,
Quit being so humble,
He's a humble
man.
dude, but he's done a lot.
He was
man.
on the field like that, and they showed his stuff on the big Tron right there. Boom.
Yeah, bro, it was amazing because it actually happened to be my 12-year-old son's birthday.
Oh,
So I got to take him on the field for his birthday, man, and he is a huge D-backs fan. And every game we're out there, he's trying to get on the jumbotron, and he
Catch
didn't
a foul ball.
Yeah, all that stuff, bro. And so when they took us on the field, they put us on home plate. And then they had the camera.
Yeah. Who are
facing
you,
us.
Dad?
Yeah, and then we're facing the jumbotron. The camera's facing us. So as soon as they start recording us, and they're showing all my artwork, and they're giving this big old special presentation. I'll send you the footage too.
Yeah, for sure.
And it goes on. It says like for Abomb the artist for your work in the Hispanic community. And I'm like, oh man, that's pretty. I didn't know what they were gonna say. So they talked about State 48. They talk about the Phoenix Suns collaboration. They talk about all the other work that I've done, and I've actually got a lot of great publicity on that. Like people had hit me up, very important people.
You got more followers on Instagram.
That too. That's a plus,
That's a
bro.
joke. Yeah,
Honestly.
no,
That's awesome.
Adam, don't sell yourself short, bro.
Fans, in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Weekend, the D-backs recognize the importance of art across all Hispanic cultures, and we are pleased to welcome a local artist who positively impacts the community through their work. Abomb the artist is an Arizona native that has been creating in several mediums over the last 30 years. After embracing graffiti in the mid-'80s, his style continues to evolve. Whether it's large-scale murals or small acrylic canvas, his work can be seen throughout the city of Phoenix and local art galleries. His recent collaboration with State 48, the Phoenix Suns, and his selection to participate in the Valley Metro Light Rail project ensures that his creative vision will leave an impression for years to come.
That's fantastic.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, that was probably the pinnacle of my artist career, because this is like for them to mention that over 30 years in the community doing what I do is in the art community, and it was just like, and have my son right there by my side.
Hell yeah.
You know what I dig, man, is you're so humble about it.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
You know what I mean? Like you're so fucking humble about it, dude. And that
But you know what?
that says a lot.
That's the way to be.
about your
Thank you.
personality.
That's the way to be,
man.
is humble all the
'cause
time, man.
Hey, they can take it away any day.
Any minute,
Yeah.
any
Any
minute,
minute, bro.
any minute. No, I mean, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Don't sell yourself short. I mean, you got a gift and you capitalized on it.
And
you
you
know,
have.
and your parents encouraged it.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
parents encouraged
Dude,
it.
that's even
And you,
even better.
and then you lost an eye, and then you rapped.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. There was something I did. So I work with a gentleman named AP, Big AP, Alan Powell. He's a big leader in the black community here, and he does a lot for the community. And he reached out to me to work with him to do some murals inside the Legion over there off 16th Street and Broadway.
Okay.
And he's like, hey man, he goes, I had done some graphic work for him before.
say young blood.
Dude, just like that.
Say young blood.
He's a powerful motherfucker. Like, you talk to him, he's like,
Nah.
he's OG.
I
gangster.
dig that shit,
He's a
though.
cool motherfucker, bro. He's a very powerful person, and he's like, yo, come check this out, and I want you to do this. And he never talks about money. He just wants you to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, man. I go, look what you got. He says, oh, we're gonna do a mural right here on this wall. Inside the Legion it's for the Legion, it's for the veterans, man. He goes, your dad's a veteran, Adam. You know what's up, bro. He goes, we want to do this mural. It's all right, cool. So I look, and he paid for a lot of it himself. The remodel of that Legion is really nice now. And then so he was like, all right, cool. We'll do this mural. Hey man, what about we do this over here? All right, cool. We'll do that too. All right, what about do this over here? All right, man, we'll do that too.
Yeah.
All right, man, just
Cha-ching.
yeah.
Cha-ching.
No, but it wasn't
cha-ching.
even cha-ching.
Nah,
Like there was no pay involved. Like, I didn't even get paid.
All right.
So, but what he did do for me, I didn't see this till later, because I was kind of sour. I was like, man, this dude's got me working my ass off. He ain't paying me nothing. We ain't even discussed money. You know what I mean? And I was doing stuff and putting APS logos on the wall and everything, like basically money they were giving them to build to remodel the whole facility.
Right.
And I went outside in the back. I did mural in the backyard for the for the history of the black fighter pilots that they were called the Red Tails.
Oh yeah, they
Right?
made a movie about that.
Yeah, so dude, I'll go get there in a second. And then there was another one like the Harlem Hellfighters, and then there was the black women in the military, and there's all these things, and it was giving me a history lesson. And I remember one day after I got done, and I'm sitting there wrapping it up, doing everything, and then this one of the old guys came with this older black man. He comes and starts talking to me, he's like, and I had did the tiger teeth on the front of the plane, right? And he goes, "Hey man, he goes, I don't mean to insult you, but let me give you a little history on what you did right there. You see those tiger teeth on that plane right there?" He goes, "Those are the same people who they banned black pilots from flying next to their planes. You ever seen a red tail?" And I go, "Well, like the movie?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We had to come up. They used to mark our planes with the red tail to let them know we were black pilots. Wow. So we don't want them
That's good
on
Lord,
any place on here." I said, "You know what?" I went out there, covered it up right there with him in my presence. I was, "Is that better?" He goes, "Thank you." And I did the tail red for him.
Did you cover it in black?
I know it's a red tail. I gave him a red tail, but I had to match the color of the plane.
Okay.
So I just made it all match, and then it was like. But then he got the history of Buffalo Soldiers, and I got the history of the Harlem Hellfighters, and I got to learn what the black community was doing for us as veterans and what they contributed through all the service.
Very nice.
Right.
So it was awesome, bro. And then my boy AP, he took me to the spot, and he goes, "Come on, man." One day when I wasn't getting paid, went to terms with it, and he took me to this big old clothing store in this nice place in Scottsdale, and he calls the tailor, "Hey man, come here, measure my boy. My boy, take care of him, bro. Let's see." He bought me 3 suits, bro.
Oh wow.
3 suits.
They're gonna bury you in one.
Don't say that.
Now say that. Come on, man.
I got one suit.
So he hooked me up, bro, and it's like I didn't know it at the time, but he was like, "You're gonna need a suit for what we're gonna do for you." I was like, "All right, cool." So he bought me some.
Yeah.
My suit's probably like $2-3 grand.
Alligator.
Yeah,
alligators.
And so he bought me shoes and everything, bro. And I didn't even pay attention. I was just so in the moment.
Yeah.
The box of the shoes were like $300,
Yes.
$400, and I was like, "Oh my shit!" So he hooked me up, bro. And I didn't see it then, but I appreciate it now. And then I got to invite my dad to the opening ceremony.
Oh hell
Dude,
yeah.
and all these military officials, like high-ranking military officials, where they're doing this presentation. I got video of it too. I can send you all this stuff. But it's just like in the brochure, my name, like what he did for me to put the publicly. Like I sat next to the chief of police.
Nice.
Her father was the one who was from that legion. It was his post. So you know what I mean. It was they built that for the black community in that area. So if you ever want to know some history about the South Side and the black community in the South Phoenix, it's because of them. And go to that Legion, they'll tell you, bro. It's an amazing story, bro. And it made me appreciate that Legion and what African American community did for Phoenix, Arizona.
Right.
Because
Cool as hell.
why they did it.
You know what? I want to go have a fucking drink with these guys. now.
It was a good time, bro. It was a good time. And so they gave me a plaque, and it was signed by the chief and commander of that post. And I got to take pictures with all these big officials. And I didn't realize who they were, but man, after I did my research, I'm very honored to got that award, and I gave it to my dad.
That's cool, man. That's
awesome.
awesome, man. That's absolutely awesome.
Bronze recipients, the very first one, Abomb the artist. Abomb, come on up. So, just so you know, if you look around and see all the amazing murals, both inside and outside, this is the gentleman that did those.
I'm a firm believer birds of feather flock together, right? You're a good
Yes,
bird.
sir.
You always be surrounded with good birds, black, white, brown, whatever, man. If you're an asshole, you're gonna be surrounded by assholes. Don't be an asshole. That's why I believe. That's why I live my life, man. I always be surrounded by good people, man. And so you are one of those good people, man.
Thank you,
It was
bro.
a
Thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you. It was an absolute pleasure.
Hey, run down some other brands.
Well, no. So he's done some stuff with Valley Light Rail. He did a mural for that. I was going to go through some of the murals he's done.
It was not a mural, but the Valley Light Rail. It's for the light rail project. I'm doing one of the substations. I got selected to do a piece, and it's all plasma cut steel, and it's framed. They're 12 by 15 feet. There's 2 of them, and we're going to be doing that, installing next month.
What else?
Well, he's done some stuff. Bodio Clothing was a mural.
Oh yeah, that was. I did a overlay over there at the Body of Clothing. He hooked it up, and I went and did that. It's a really great tribute to the Chicano community. for that. So we did that there, and that's a really big project. I'm proud of.
OG Empanadas.
OG Empanadas, that's the homie over there, Joe.
Who don't like an empanada?
Dude, that place is amazing. That dude's an amazing chef, bro. Like his menu is ridiculous. And if you guys have ever been to a restaurant and people don't understand the work that goes on behind the scenes for us, you are prepping for days.
I watch Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, exactly. Joe's a great dude.
No.
But you know what I'm gonna tell you about Body Clothing?
Much
bro?
respect for the kitchen staff.
Yes,
man.
for sure. But I'm gonna give this up for Body Clothing right now. He paid me really good to do the first part of the mural where I had the Mexican flag and the Arizona flag side by side. And then after I got to know him, he's like, well, how much do the whole building? And I was about to hit him over the head. Like, yeah, well, it's a lot of work, bro, whatever. And so he goes and tells me, some dudes walk up and he's like, yeah, man. He goes, well, if you get out the joint, he goes, you can come over here and I'll give you a whole outfit. Consones, socks, pants, shirts.
Commissary.
Everything, bro. To give you a whole outfit to get back in, the community.
Yeah.
And we talked, bro, and I found like he did that. Like I saw that he gives back to the community. He respects what he's doing as a business owner and he's giving back, bro. I gave him a smoking deal on the rest of it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Just because of that.
He's doing something.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's what we need to we need to promote that, man.
Birds of a feather, man.
My motto is the more you give, the better you live.
Yes.
And so then I should know
Damn,
this name.
I like that.
But you also did Pizza Al Forno?
Yeah, Al Forno.
Piazza
Al Forno, yeah.
Piazza Al Forno. Yeah, I did. He had another location that was on 99th Avenue that he was doing a Roman style pizza.
Yeah.
So I did.
You did the Roma, yeah.
My homie Volar.
Yeah.
Shout out to Volar. He helped me paint it.
Actually, I think he had one downtown.
Yeah, he did that one too.
Because
I actually did some. I did a metal piece for him. We got to cut out of steel.
I actually went. He had a dope event years ago. He had dinner and a mixtape.
Yeah.
And I went down there and had that, and it was a cool event.
Yeah, shout out to Justin, man. His food is amazing. His dad had some really great recipes. I still go eat there.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So then, all of his artwork, all of his music career, he also has a couple of 501 nonprofit organizations, or he's involved in a few.
Yeah, we had some issues on that, man. It's just like there's a lot of things that go on with that, and it was a foundation to help people bury their children. And there was, there was just like, you learn real fast, man. When you're in the nonprofit zone, they're going to audit you. They're going to pay attention to what you're doing, and you have to be up to date with your books. And that was something I wasn't savvy of. So we got some pushback on what we're doing. And, we just got to restructure a little bit, but it'll be back in the mix. And it's just going to happen on God's timing, because something like that, it's a sensitive situation, man. You're dealing with,
that is phenomenal.
You want to, the last thing you want to talk about is death, but then I don't ever want to know the feeling of the loss of a child. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to have people have to go through that. Right. So it's a situation where you're there to assist people on the healing process. That's all it's about. It's about get past this financial situation, get past the bereavement, and heal yourself. You know what I mean? You can't change the circumstances, but you can get better faster. And it's just like I saw an article on the news where a family was out hiking near Superstition Mountains, and a haboob came by, flash flood. And the father and the son and the mother and the daughter and the son got swept away. And the father was on the news over and over and over again, reliving that memory of his son's situation. And I go, there's got to be an organization that helps this guy so he doesn't have to go on camera just for these guys to get ratings. Somebody should just be able to help that and, get this guy situated and be done and let him start healing. But making him relive it. And that led me to a bunch of other things, because it's all about neurology and synaptic connections and about how our brain processes things. And you don't want to. That's what PTSD comes in, because you can't forget about what you've been through.
Well, you've experienced that yourself.
Yeah, that's what I had to do with my eye injury.
Yeah. So you understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think it's dope though.
And God bless your heart for that.
Thank you, brother.
You recognize that where we come from. A lot of times when we lost people here in our neighborhood or people that we know deeply, there's always a car wash, because the family needs that help.
I hated that.
Right?
I hated that. I hate to see people come together for that situation. You see some poor tia or some poor mother sitting out there sweating her ass off, busting her ass because they didn't have the
GoFundMe. We were doing this before GoFundMe.
And I would go buy, man, and I just stopped by. I still to this day $20, $50, whatever. Just I don't get my car washed. I just go drop off some funds, but whatever. But that's what it came from. That I was like, man, why can't I just be able to be like, hey, yo, this is what level we'll be able to donate at. Like either we could pay for full burials or we could pay for this or we could pay for that. But, you know, I mean, the goal would be to just pay for full burials. But, you know,
that'd be cool.
There's structure that you have to put in place.
Right.
And you got to understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the actual, the homes that are providing the services to, and they're in a position, they're all about making the money.
Yeah, they're for profit.
Yeah, they're for profit. They want to see, you know, oh, let me upgrade you to this casket. Oh, you need this casket, or you know what I mean.
And then it makes you feel bad to say, don't give me the cheap casket. You know, give me,
they prey on the vulnerable,
dude, and that's what's
prey on the vulnerable.
They're dancing on your heartstrings, dude.
Exactly, and that's what it is. That's why I wanted to put this in place.
You don't want your loved one to be in this. You want them to be in the Cadillac. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
and that's what it is. Horrible,
man.
bro.
It's
Somebody
fucking
just kicking you when you're
terrible.
down, bro. And that's what it was. That's what it was. It's like I'm sick of it. Just let these people move on, man. And it's just like my grandma passed, my tia's passed.
Yeah.
I mean, tios and everybody else that you have to see it. And then growing up, you guys know, bro. I can go through some stories real quick, and I know you guys know. I remember when when Memo's dad came home, whatever he was on and killed the family. You know what I mean? We saw that. My mom was part of that burial process.
What?
Yeah, they all got together, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's something we witnessed. Joey Chavez. You know what I mean? Joey Chavez was murdered, on accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like even the just kids going through this stuff, being killed in our community on, even if it was a stillbirth or it was a SIDS,
Right.
whatever. I grew up knowing about these things and seeing it happen, man. And it's just like, dude, my mom worked for the church for 30 years in Deming, New Mexico, and she would tell me that my kids would go stay every summer. So I remember one summer my mom told me that there was a lady who came into the church and dropped off a baby, and the baby was dead. But she just hurried up and dropped off the baby. So they were trying to give the baby a funeral, and so they needed witnesses. So my 3 kids went to the services for this, that my mom was there with the father. And it's just my kids, my mom, the father, and they still had to find the funds to pay for the burial of this baby.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because there's nothing
And
in
that baby
place.
did nothing.
No, nothing.
That baby did nothing to
There was
hurt
a lady who
anybody
was
as far-
crossing the border, the baby with her baby. The baby didn't make it. She took it to the church instead of the hospital, and that's how they do it. So there's nothing in place to help these kind of people. And then not that the state has to pick it up, but if there's something in place that says, hey,
It's humanity, bro.
Yeah, it's humanity.
humanity.
It's helping others. It's helping
Right.
others.
It's leaving the world a little better place than we found it.
And that's one of your mottos, right? Or
help others. Yeah,
help others.
I do. So this year, if you don't mind me plugging this,
No, plug it. Absolutely.
So November 18th over at Ziggy's Pizza, I'm going to do, this is my 3rd annual hoodies for the holidays. And what I do is I sit there from 9 to noon, because I know everybody's got things to do. You can just drive by, drop it off. If you got hoodies, unused hoodies, sizes small through XXX, whatever you got, slightly used is cool. You know what I mean? And drop off a hoodie, man. And if you drop off a hoodie, we give you a slice of pizza from Ziggy's, man. The homie Adi over there hooked that up for me. He allowed me to be able to he has little coupons we give out.
Yep.
But we collect hoodies for those 3 hours. I promoted for a couple weeks in advance. Like I'm starting now, I guess. So if you guys are available, man, come through. And
November 18th.
November 18th,
Absolutely.
9 to noon at Ziggy's Pizza. We're going to just collect hoodies. And immediately after, I get my kids. We put them in the back of the truck.
November 18th.
November
We'll
18th.
be there. We'll be there.
Bring a hoodie, man. Bring a hoodie, and we go distribute them to the homeless in the community right there, in that local community in downtown Phoenix. I work in downtown Phoenix, man. I eat in downtown Phoenix. I party in downtown Phoenix.
Right.
I give
We all
back to
do.
downtown Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? And it's even when I'm out there and somebody, I do some other stuff in the community that I don't like to talk about because that's between me and God. That's what I do for them.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Even you know how it is, bro. You see all those people all the time when you're downtown. Hey, man, you need $1 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just help them out. But the hoodie drive is something that it's dear to me because I know what it's like to be homeless. I was homeless.
I got some hoodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Give them to them. Yeah.
I was homeless, but by choice. You know what I mean? I didn't want to move to New Mexico. When I moved back from Atlanta, my parents were already gone, so I stayed with my homeboy Mark and Ryan and Daniel and there's everybody. So and I had some great opportunities that people looked out for me, and I appreciate everything that they did for me, giving me clothes, letting me sleep on their couch. And so when I'm out there and I see these people, and the best thing you can have when you're out there alone is a hoodie, bro. The hoodie, be able to close your, zip you, sleep on the, if you're sleeping outside in the park, bro, Gablito Park, crash on the bench, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Sueño Park. And pull that hoodie closed, bro, so nothing gets in your ears, no bugs get in your ears and all that stuff. You can put your hands in there, you don't have to carry it, there's all kinds of things. So I always looked at the hoodie as something that's a necessity. Because you don't want a jacket.
Big heart.
Yeah.
Hey, don't mean cut job, but we got to cut it. Right. And
That's
Jeff's
fine.
got a couple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So,
And we'll see you November 18th, by
Yes,
the way.
sir. Thank you, guys.
all right, Adam.
Yes, sir.
Favorite rapper growing up?
Jay-Z.
All right.
Right on.
If you were not an artist or a rapper, what would you be?
I don't know, man. Probably with the church or something. You know what I mean? I just enjoy giving, so
Amen.
you know.
Nice.
I dig. If you were a fighter, like a boxer, MMA fighter, or whatever, what song would you come out to?
Oh man.
Getting higher. You're the best around.
Yeah, somebody used that one already.
Put you down.
Let him answer.
I don't even know, man. I'd probably come out to something old school. You know
What
I
is
mean?
it?
I don't know, man. What would it be like?
Mama said knock
No.
you out.
I like, you know, what's that old school song, man? You hear like shotgun, like boom.
I get
Like it's instant, like yeah, instantly, like you know what I mean? Like,
all right.
Walk the yard alone.
Next question. If you were an actor, what role would you be typecast as? With your look, with your like, you know, your
what
whole
the fuck? You want me to put me in Mayans, bro? You know, put me in Mayans or something.
Oh yeah.
That's dead on.
There's your supporting actor.
All right.
The bull.
All right.
Mike, what about you, Mike? What would your role be?
Let's get Mike in here. Mike
Come on, Mike,
Baca,
what's
y'all.
up?
Mike Baca, y'all.
In the-
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike
Mike
Baca.
Baca.
Mike
For your
Baca
viewing
from
pleasure.
the Mike Baca Show.
I don't know.
Hey, Mike would be the juggernaut,
man.
Next
Unstoppable.
question. Guilty pleasure song. The song that you don't want none of your homies to know that you fucking bump when you're alone and the windows are rolled up and everything. Like your guilty pleasure song.
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure song, but I like Chris Stapleton, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee whiskey?
Tennessee whiskey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I've done karaoke to that song. Drunk karaoke.
Milli Vanilli. Call me anytime.
Mike's up. Blame it on the rain. Yeah.
All right. Favorite cereal.
Favorite cereal, bro. Captain Crunch.
Oh, yeah. Mine too.
Captain Crunch, bro.
Mike?
Fruity Pebbles.
Milli Vanilli, Fruity Pebbles.
He said fruity
Someone's
pebbles.
going on here.
He said fruity pebbles.
That's good shit.
All right. When it comes to chicken wings, drumsticks or flats?
Drumsticks.
Ooh. Mike.
Double dip.
Oh, they're flats.
Mike Baca. Drumsticks or flats?
Drumsticks.
All right. All right. When you were a kid, who was your celebrity crush?
Oh, what's it called?
We had that question.
Tony Danza's daughter on what is that?
Melissa
Milano.
Melissa Milano.
Easy.
Boss. Who's the boss?
Is that what it was? Who's the boss?
No.
You got to go around the room with that one.
Mike?
All right,
Mike, what's yours?
What's her name? Phoebe Cates.
Ooh, fast times.
Fast times. All right.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was a close second right there.
Go.
I could do
Timmy?
Phoebe Cates, no doubt.
It would be Melissa Milano too, man. That was it.
Jeffrey,
I wrote a song about it.
would you like to hear it? Here it goes.
I can start with Elvira. I could go with Topanga. I could go with like,
Topanga.
dude, I got all kinds of chichonas. Like,
Topanga.
And mine's Molly Ringwald.
I like
You know
her.
what? My wife would be like, "Why didn't you say Molly Ringwald?" Because I had crushed on Molly Ringwald for a minute, bro. That was my gringa phase. Hey, my high school girlfriend was redhead,
Getting
bro.
married. Yeah. Let's say married.
One of them.
Dude, for real though, like
That's a good one. Yeah.
I was like
That's a good
Farmer
one.
Ted, bringing out the chonies like that.
Yeah, bro.
I got
charging
it on
$5. No, that's cool shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I got. You want me to bring up more? I got more shit. You know what I mean?
Hit me with them, bro. I'm an open book.
Biggie or Tupac?
Bigger
Tupac.
Pac.
I met Pac.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you. Keep going. I'm pulling them up right now.
You hit me with something, George. You know me, bro.
Okay, I want to hit you with this.
A's or the Dodgers?
Do me some bars.
What?
Throw me some bars.
Hold on.
Hey.
Oh, you let me out.
You got to.
I know. I was just. I
Let him go.
Shit. Oh, let me see. Let's see.
give him a beat though.
No, I got you.
He's a freestyler. He's a lyricist.
He's a lyricist. What do I got here? I got something off the top. Let me see. Angel, let me see here. Trying to think what I got. Off the top, let it stop. I could rock. I'm in the hood with the crew, let it pop. Not the guns, just something off the top. Freestyle fanatic, Arizona native. Everybody's hating because I say I won't say it, but I'm better than the rest and better than most when it comes to the mic. Yo, let's stop and take a toast. I know these MC Magics, my homie Zigzag, dosing everybody in the blue rag. Tell me what's next as I try to go flex. Me and Baca on a roll with the homie Vincent. Oh, sorry, Michael.
Miguel Corleone.
Hey, Adam.
Miguel Corleone.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Right on,
It's a
Mike.
pleasure to know you.
You know
Yeah, I
what?
appreciate
Thank
that.
you for recognizing Zigzag and Dose, man. They're from my neighborhood. and
Those are
shit.
homies, bro. I got a song with them, and the homie poet, all Arizona artists, bro, that been doing it. Salute to you guys, the homeboy Justin at the hip hop. Man, everybody. There's so many artists that are unknown that are doing it in Arizona. I appreciate you guys. Keep doing it. That's what's gonna keep hip hop culture growing in Arizona all the way around, bro. But hey, real quick, I want to say thank you guys. To the show is amazing. I love the banter you guys have and the relationship you guys all have, and that's how it's family, and it's literally family. So
It is.
It is.
you know what I mean?
It
And
is.
I really do appreciate you guys inviting me here because it brings back so many memories that I have with George and all the homies and Vince, bro, Michael.
Michael.
You know what I mean? And my boy Baca, I'm glad we all
Hell yeah.
came
Thank
together.
you, Michael. Thanks for coming on.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank
God
you,
bless
man.
everybody,
Thank
man.
you.
God bless.
Our pleasure.
Absolutely.
Right
November
on.
18th. Let's go check it out.
We'll
Yes,
be there.
sir. Hoodies
We'll be
for the
there.
holidays.
Hoodies for the holidays.
George, you want to walk us out?
Me?
Yes, sir. One more time.
Timmy, thank you. Michael,
Thank you.
Vincent, whoever the fuck you are. Thank you. Son-in-law named Jeff.
Son-in-law ni Jerry. Ya
The
tú
interns,
sabes.
thank you.
Mike Baca.
No, Joey's brother-in-law. A-Bomb,
Atina's
Adam.
brother.
Hey, brother.
Adam, A-Bomb.
Yes, sir.
Gracias. Thank you for doing this.
Kaboom.
Thank you,
Hey,
man.
really,
Thank
we
you, man.
appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you
Hey, we
guys.
kept you a little longer than we thought, but man, your talk was
Hostage,
straight up
hostage.
out there.
Bro, this is the beginning. I can stay here all
Yeah.
night. You already
it's-
know.
Yeah, right.
No, but we're gonna bring you
Yeah.
back when you drop the Lover's Lane again.
Yeah, we
have
gotta talk
another
about
something.
that.
Yeah,
There's-
for sure.
We're gonna
We'll have
drop that.
I would like to do a separate podcast on that one so we can talk
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
do it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We'll
I'm gonna
focus
let's
on
do
that.
it.
It's already
Sounds like a
done.
plan, right?
Sounds like
It's
a
a
plan.
plan. It's
Sounds
already
like
in
a
the
plan.
book.
Sounds
Hey,
like a plan.
Thank you, guys.
Open door.
Thank you, everybody. Hey, don't forget to hit follow, like, and don't forget to subscribe there on YouTube. This is SeunevA Lifestyles presents What's Happening.
Hey.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This is how we do it on the avenue.